What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TVP Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in March. Can y'all believe it? It's March 2022. Unreal. Almost at the end of Q1 for 2022. Listen, I tell y'all every day, make every day count, because tomorrow's not promised, as y'all see, and I still can't believe it's March. Just looking at the calendar didn't sit right. All right, we got a lot of comments going on. Let me flip the camera around so y'all can see me. What up, good people? Happy Friday to everybody. Hope all of y'all have had a good week. As always, if you have not had a good week, hopefully you have some type of entertainment today. Kick back, relax, have a good little vibe with the TVP fam. All right, let me catch up in these comments so I can do my shout outs real quick. Oh, is it Chi-Town, SI, what's going on? It said Vegas, April 7th, can't wait. That's what's up. April should be perfecto. Right now with the way things is going in Vegas, weather would be nice. Everything's moving. That's what's up. Should be a good trip. What's going on, Philly? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you as always. Tomorrow, what's happening? What up, Tina? Say hi, Tim. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. Appreciate the super chats and support. My guy, Ro. What's up, Ro? What's going on, man? You in here a little early, huh? What's up, fam? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you, man. Who's that girl? What up? B Money, what's happening? Y'all know what the deal is. Let me look at my emojis. Oh, nah, we ain't even close to that. Who we got in here early? Oh, did I not? Oh, I did. All right, let me put this on shuffle. I say, what up, B Money? Vicky, what's going on? Denise, what's going on? What's going on? All right, man, we gonna let people get in here because I know we got a 5:15 crowd. Yeah, I know with the scheduling of this YouTube. So we'll give folks a couple minutes. Y'all go ahead, drop the emoji. I know what time it is, man. I appreciate all of y'all who hit the like button already before we even got it started, man. I appreciate that support. So look, this is what we're gonna talk about today. I was trying to figure out what I want to talk to y'all about today. What we gonna vibe out about in the lounge today? We can get our sip on. I said, what? You know, I was scrolling through Twitter. Told y'all I've been trying to get in the Twitter sphere this year. I've been a little more active on Twitter. Twitter is very interesting. I continue to say that each week, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And I thought about, I was like, you know, we got pool party season that's official now. Shout out the pool party season. I got to give a special shout out to pool party season. It is officially underway. The pool parties have officially kicked off today. We talked about that last week. We got Marquee, EBC, Wet Republic kicked off. IU Day Club, Resorts World kicked off. Pool party season is in full effect. The hotel pools is wide open. Get your dip in, get your swim on. It's that time. So pool party season back, which lets y'all know time is moving too damn fast. I can't believe it. I still remember when we were shutting pool party season down, and here we are back for pool party season. Corey, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Gary, what up? Gas man, what's happening with you, man? What up, T? What up, Sweeney? All right, we'll go ahead and take this first shot. I'm gonna ask y'all before I get into this. We're gonna start with the pros first. So y'all know it's a whole lot of ways to do Vegas for cheap all over the YouTube. I was on Twitter. I seen a couple of comments about people budgeting and people doing Vegas for cheap, or how to save money versus people who be balling out. Like, oh, okay, you know what? Let's talk about that today. I got a video for y'all on Sunday. I'm not gonna tell y'all in the public stream. I'll talk about it in the Patreon. We'll talk about it in the after party. But I got a video for y'all on Sunday where I go more in detail on all that. But yeah, I'm gonna ask y'all first. If somebody was like, no, I ain't even gonna ask you that, because that'd be giving something away. What are the pros to going to Vegas for cheap? If somebody was like, I'm going to Vegas and I'm trying to do things cheap, be reserved, but still do Vegas, like, what do y'all think the upside and the pros are to actually going to Vegas and doing Vegas cheap? You know, doing it on the low end. What do y'all think the pros are? I'm gonna leave it. I'll let y'all start that there. We'll start the topic from there. I see my emojis coming in, so we'll go ahead and take this shot. That looks much more like it. That looks much more like it. Very, very, very appreciative. Y'all let me know y'all pros. If somebody wanted to be cheap, what y'all think the pros is of going to Vegas and doing Vegas on the low end? All right. In the meantime, we'll take this shot too. Appreciate all of y'all as always for showing support, tuning in every Friday. Appreciate all the love and support. Cheers to y'all. Happy Friday. Happy first Friday of March 2022. Still can't believe it, but cheers to y'all. All right. Go through the chat. I guess there's no pros to doing Vegas for cheap. I don't see nobody. Oh, okay. I see something here. I was like, man, y'all don't think there's no pros to doing Vegas cheap? Man, that's crazy. All right, I was gonna say, I can even tell y'all there's a couple pros to doing Vegas cheap. Nah, it's always good to save some money. B Money said, keep it basic, less complexities. Okay. It's a good point. Vicky said, I think you can be conservative, but cheap will have you missing out on a true experience. Okay. That's what's up. That's a good point. I'll probably tap in on that too. Yo, what's going on, Darius? Welcome to the lounge, man. Hope everything well with you. Good to see you, my guy. Hope all good to you. Happy Friday, man. All right. I've done Vegas cheap one time and one time only. You care to elaborate? That's actually a good point. I'm actually going I'm gonna talk about that too. But yeah, I've been around somebody who's done that before, and yeah, same thing. That was a one and done deal. Staying in Oyo in June. Okay, that's definitely doing Vegas for cheap for sure. Saving money is always a pro for sure. All right, check this out. So let's start with the pros. I was rushing, so I didn't even get to put all of my pros down, so I'm gonna freestyle some of this after I get through what I got noticed. So we're gonna talk about the pros first, and that's pro number one. Who's that girl just said? Saving money is always a pro. It's as simple as that. Going to Vegas cheap, doing Vegas for cheap, doing anything for cheap translates to saving money. So if you're going to Vegas and you're doing Vegas cheap, at least you'll be able to go to Vegas and you was able to do certain things in Vegas. And then when you go home, you still got money in your pocket. It's just simple as that. You can't beat saving money. That's the most obvious and simple pro to that, because there are some people who just want to go to Vegas and see Vegas and, do the minimal here and, go there and not really spend money here and then going out and be like, hey, I went to Vegas. So they got to save money, but they could say they went to Vegas. That's number one. That's the most obvious way. And it really amazed me, even with talking to people, that some people just be like that. I just want to go and check it out. Okay. But that's pro number one. Simply save money. The next thing I got, second pro to saving money in Vegas, is worry free. I think someone, Vicky said this. You can be conservative, but cheap will have you missing out. Yeah. So basically, if you are going to Vegas to do Vegas cheap, there's not really much to worry about. Like, you can do whatever your budget allocates for, because whatever you consider cheap, cheap can vary per person. But you won't really have much to worry about. Like, you ain't got to worry about overspending your money, because you ain't really spending too much money on things anyway. You don't have to worry about getting in the hole, or sometimes in certain cases, even if you don't have cash and everything on the car, as long as you have your car, you don't got to worry about losing no money. So it definitely limits a lot of concerns. So that a conservative comment you made was very, very, very spot on, because there's less you have to worry about. Because on the flip side, as we'll get into, there can be a lot of things to worry about when you're doing Vegas the other way. But and I saw that as whatever the thread was, I saw that somebody was just like, well, the less you do, the less you have to worry about, which is very true. If you don't really do much and you just out there chilling, like, let's just say you go to Vegas and every day you just sit by the pool. Like, the pools is an amenity for being at the hotel. So you don't really spend no money sitting by the pool. I mean, even if you at the pool and don't get a drink, hey, saving money. So that's pro number two. The first one was saving money, and the second one is there's not that much to worry about. All right, what's going on in the comments? I'm gonna try to go back and forth with y'all. We're gonna do pros first, and then we'll go to cons, because of course there's gonna be a whole lot of cons, and I'm sure y'all will have some too. Let's see. B from B More. Shout out to B More. What's going on, B More? Shout out to the 411. I know my fam right there. What's going on, man? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you. Bald Eagle said pro number one, less guilt. Interesting. Less guilt. Okay, that's a good point. Can do more things rather than a few big things like getting a cabana. It's a good point, actually. I didn't even think about it that way. Okay, so you're basically saying if you do Vegas cheap, you can stretch that money out to do more things, versus if you go ball out, you spend a big expense on one thing. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I might rebuttal that on the con side though, but okay, I can feel you on that. Number three, less waste. A lot of things to do that are expensive aren't worth it. Okay. Those are good points. We'll talk. I'll make sure I keep my eyes on this comment. Can I? Yeah. I was gonna say, let me try to note this comment. Those are some good points actually. Josh Ray said cons. We haven't got to the cons yet. I'll say that for when I get to the cons. Bro said Aria cheap. I wish saving is always a good look, but some places are just expensive. Tax right off. That's that business mind talk for sure. I know what you mean. Yeah. All right. So that's what stuff that's what we gonna save for the cons side, because that's gonna be plenty of cons. I'm gonna get on the pros first though. But I like this comment from Bald Eagle. That's a good topic of discussion. That's what I said. Yeah, for sure. No, you definitely mentioned that. I saw your comment. Keeping it simple for sure. Said I had a moldy shower and toenail clippings on the carpet at Mirage on a comp room. Tough. Man, you ain't make a video and get no clout from that. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't nobody take no shade from that. I'm just being funny. But yeah, that ain't but see, it's funny you say that because I guess that could go along on we could talk about that. Pros of being cheap. Okay, let's put a note on that. We'll talk about comps. Because comps is something that is a heavy discussion when it comes to Vegas, especially in the YouTube Vegas vlogger side. Because I don't play my Vegas apps, but I know quite a few of y'all do. And I know the rewards from playing my Vegas apps, which from my understanding don't cost you nothing. You just literally play the app and accumulate coins or points or whatever to redeem comps. That's another pro of doing Vegas for cheap is you can get comps. So you can go and do more and not have to spend more money. That's a very good thing. But the problem is, because then that's where the comps come in, you get what you pay for in certain aspects. Not always, but in certain aspects. That's a good point. So what was my other note on the pros? Because I see cons is going to be a heavy discussion. Oh yeah, and I think okay, so my third one is you still have options. And I think this go along in the lines of what Bald Eagle was saying. This is where I was kind of like, I got both sides of this. Because you said you can do more things rather than have a few big things like getting a cabana. Okay, so that right there is where I meant in the regards of you still have options if you do Vegas for cheap. So for example, we'll just use that pro to it right there is, let's say you think about doing bottle service. Let's just say bottle service is $1,200. You considering doing bottle service, or you could not do bottle service at a club and save that money and disperse it and do different things throughout the trip. So it's kind of like, take the good and the bad. So if you do Vegas cheap, there are a lot of things that you can do in Vegas that are cheap. So they do give you options to do different things instead of spending a lot of money on big ticket items. So I'm going to play that on both sides. That's going to be the pro side. You can do a lot for less, but what you might do might not be the same as the things you would do if you spend a little more. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to have that on both sides. We're going to say you still have options. So you save money. There's less to worry about. Keep it simple, less complex, as mentioned earlier, and you do have options to do things. Those are my things so far on the pros. I want to see if any of y'all got anything else, because the cons, we're going to run all the cons up. I already know. Hold on, let me put a note about this. I'm going to put this under comps, because I want to talk about this. I was thinking about doing this for one particular lounge. Just one all about comps, because I got multiple feelings about comps. And some people might like, some people might not, but we got to talk about it. I'm going to note that on the cons, actually. Since we just mentioned that on the pros, I want to put a highlight on that for the cons, too. Brian said, touring timeshares. Hey, that's true. It's crazy. It's funny you said that. Y'all will see my video on Sunday. I got a video that I'm uploading on Sunday. And I've been talking about it for a while. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to be very helpful to people who are not familiar with Vegas. And that's true. That's something that you can do being cheap. You can definitely take a whole bunch of trips to timeshare conferences and seminars and all of that stuff, because if you ain't got no money, they'll definitely let you do stuff for free for seeing the timeshare presentation. So that's actually a good point. I got to give you a shout out for that. That's funny. Said touring the timeshare. Spot on. Got to give you that. That was cool. Mike said, when budgeting for myself for a Vegas trip, I can be cheap in certain areas like a cheap room or hitting happy hours, so I can eat one nice steak dinner and gamble more. Okay, so that will go along the lines of saving money, because I had noted that you could save money. So yeah, you do it cheap, you can definitely stretch your money to do more things that are inexpensive. So feel you on that. That's a very good point. Or spend more on a room and eat less at less expensive places. Yeah, for sure. You said there are ways of doing things cheaper, booking on M Life instead of Expedia, and save money. Next time I'm buying my alcohol off the strip, we'll get drunk in my hotel first and go out. I actually tapped in that on my video on Sunday. Yeah, that's what's up. But a lot of people don't have comps. That's why I'm gonna save the comps for the cons side. Like we talked about the comps of doing Vegas, or the benefits of doing Vegas cheap. That's a con or pro and a con. A pro is having comps, but everybody don't always have comps. So I'm gonna save that. All right, I think you said Ellis Island. Yeah, Ellis Island is definitely a nice way to do some things for low. That is a pro of being cheap. You can check out Ellis Island and save money. That's a good point. Find some VIP promoters. Most likely you'll get in for free. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty sure a lot of y'all hip to me by now. I help people get in the clubs for free all the time. I usually use the Discotheque app and get in for free, or do the club crawl instead of the pool party. Just chill at your hotel pool. Less crowded. Okay, that's subjective to the person. Because some people do want to do the pool parties and go to the clubs, and some people rather not. So that's to each their own type of thing. But there's many ways nowadays to get into the clubs. But I've talked about this plenty of times. Just be careful, because there's things out here that people will say, I'll get you in the club for free, and then people get to the club and they're not in for free. Vegas Confessions Podcast. What's going on? Say, what up, TVP? Would you like to come on the podcast in the future? Would love to chat with you. Yeah, hit me up offline. We can talk about that. That's something that we might be able to work out. So contact info is in the description. Just hit me up offline. We can discuss that further. Said have more people. Okay, all right, okay. All right. Someone says, HJ says, splurge on room, eat cheap, drink while gambling. Okay. All right. So those is basically all the pros. I'm going to go through my pros. You can save money. Basically, you'll save money doing Vegas for cheap. You don't have much to worry about. You'll still have options even if you do Vegas cheap, because there's so much to do in Vegas. There's too much. You can't really fully talk about Vegas in one particular video type of episode unless it's going to be like 5-6 hours. It's just so much to do with Vegas. Budgets, all of that stuff. It's a whole nother game. What up, Rashad? What's going on? Said TGI. Appreciate the super chat, man. What's going on, my guy? Good to see you. Hope all is well. All right. So, any last thoughts on the pros of doing Vegas cheap before we dissect this encyclopedia of stuff of cons? Because I done seen a lot of stuff in here that y'all have mentioned that I actually might put on the con side. But those are the good points. So if you watching this or listening to the replay, I gotta give a shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to everybody that be peeping the streams after we done, because they can't catch it live. Gotta show love to all sides of it. But if you listen to this, yes, you can go to Vegas and do Vegas cheap. That's something I always tell people. You can for sure do Vegas cheap. And this is gonna probably be my first thing, or this is gonna be one of my cons, is experience. I don't want to get all that. I might say that for last, actually, is the experience. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put that for the last. I'm gonna do comps and experience. Okay. Where the emojis at? Where we at? 5:30? All right. Draw the emoji. Let's go ahead and take an in-between shot. Let me do my first plug. If y'all in here right now, I want to say shout out to every last one of y'all in the stream, listening to the stream right now. Greatly appreciate y'all support always and forever. If y'all could hit that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. YouTube appreciate it more. As y'all can tell by the channel, I'm almost at 12.8. We about to hit 13K in the next month or so. Shout out to y'all. That's super love. Likes help the videos get out to other people, helps the content grow, helps the videos get out there, helps the community grow. I think it said help the content grow. Helps the community. That's what I was trying to say. But hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't cost you nothing. All beneficial to the channel. If not, don't worry about it. I appreciate you being tuned in anyway. Get them emojis in. Let's go ahead and do round 2, and we will talk about the cons. Because listen, there's pros to doing Vegas, but Lord have mercy, doing Vegas for cheap. And then a con. So I'm trying not to say too much. We gonna talk about it in the after party. I'm trying to be real limited what I say, because on Sunday I got a special video and I go way more in detail in all of this. But Twitter brought this topic up today, and I was like, it's something that need to be discussed, because there's a lot of things that I think people overlook. So, what comments did I see? I saw that. This was have more people in your group. If you get a table, it'll cost less. Yeah. That's a way to do Vegas cheap, for sure. But I wouldn't necessarily say that's a pro of doing Vegas cheap, having more people. That actually would be a benefit of having a larger group, because I've had a large group and we got a big ass table. Having a big group allows you to do Vegas cheap, but that's not like going out there with the intention to be cheap. So when I say doing Vegas cheap, I'm trying to go out there, spend the minimum of minimums, like be as low key as possible. That's when I say going to Vegas cheap. That's what I'm referencing. But yeah, it's always beneficial to have a big group. Said I started at Cosmo, so it's hard to do anything else. Boy, ain't that the truth. But I know we get great deals with no resort fees. Yeah, listen. Y'all already know the deal with Cosmo. By the way, let me throw this out here real quick before I get to the cons. So I just happened to be on YouTube yesterday, right? I was just looking through some different stuff. I had a video pop up on my recommended. It was a video of what's supposed to be the newly remodeled wind rooms. I gotta get out there. I'll be in Vegas in a couple weeks. I'll be out there the 16th through the 20th. I'll be out there the 16th available, 16th through the 21st. But I'll be out there for a few more days after that. I'll be offline after the 21st. But I gotta see if I can get out there to the win, because I seen that and I was like, if this is really the remodel room, we need to have a discussion about this. It just popped up out of nowhere, because I've been waiting to see some announcement or something about the rooms being remodeled, so y'all know, so I could pull up in there, do a room tour, had it up on the channel. I ain't seen nothing from the win about the rooms being remodeled until I seen this video last night, and sheesh, yeah. That's all I'm gonna just say about that there. Yeah, that's something that'll be taken out. Sweet Dreaming said, not sure if it was mentioned hotel point / status. I don't know if that's a pro doing Vegas cheap, because you won't get a lot of hotel points if you do Vegas, if you're going to Vegas to be cheap, like, because you'll probably stay in low end hotels or somewhere low on the strip, off the strip, so you're not even gonna get a lot of points. So that's not gonna accumulate. I don't know if I would necessarily call that a pro. I actually might consider that a con. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the con section. Who is this? Gary said escorts aren't impressed with places like Oyo and Ellis Island. I might have to beg to differ with you, because if you pay them and they trying to get their money, they don't really care where they going. As long as they get their money, they got their money, and that is what it is. What was his hotel status? We'll just say I'll put this on the comps, because I got comps on here. We'll say comp / tier upgrade. All right. That's funny though. That's a good notion. All right, where my emojis at? Otherwise, I'm gonna just move on to the how many people? 37 people in here. Yeah. I need more than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need at least 4 more from 4 different people. I give y'all like 20 seconds, so I'm moving on to the cons. You said these pros are tough to come up with. Trust me, that's the same thing I said. I was in here kind of like, man, listen. Y'all know me, I gotta be unbiased. I gotta have something for both sides. I gotta play both sides of the spectrum, because I'm not a biased person, but it's very, very, very difficult to come up with a list of pros of being cheap in Vegas. But, I had some, and shout out to y'all, because y'all put something in here too. Let's see. What's going on? William said, hey, Mr. TVP, just want to say shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate support. Hope everything is well. All right, there we go. All right, that'll work. There go a couple more. Cool. What was this? Wait, what'd it say? Oh, shout out to Mark. What up, Mark? What's going on, my guy, man? Good to see you. Said, my favorite people here on YouTube. For sure, man. Appreciate you coming through as always. Appreciate that as well. Shout out to y'all. Cheers to y'all, man. If y'all drinking with me, I know what time it is. Shout out to all of y'all. Oh, yeah, because I got a couple of y'all, too. Let me get y'all special. Shout out to y'all listening to this on the grind, too. Having this in your speakers while you on the grind, that's love right there. So cheers to y'all. Alright, let's get into it, man. Don't take nothing personal. Wish I had that sample in here. But listen, let's talk about the cons, man. I probably could spend the rest of the stream, to be honest with y'all, talking about these cons. Which one to start with first? Alright, let's go. We're gonna play the other side to some of these. So if you go to Vegas with a cheap mentality, or doing Vegas on a budget, doing Vegas cheap, you can stretch out your budget to do a lot of smaller things. At the same time, a con of going to Vegas cheap and going cheap in Vegas is because you will limit what you can do. So you can stretch that money out to do other things, but in that same token, you're gonna limit yourself from doing a lot of things. Because there's some things that's not really that expensive, like you just gotta pay a little bit extra for. And like let's see. Let me give y'all an example. Let's talk about the high roller. The high roller, y'all know the high roller, the Ferris wheel, the world's observation wheel, whatever you want to call it. Let's use that for examples. Like I want to find some examples to break this down. I think the high roller like if you just buy the tickets. I think it's like $30, $40. But for like $20 more, you can do the happy half hour open bar package. Why would you not do that? Like, that right there is why I say that's a con. Because somebody be like, nah, I'm cool doing the high roller. I just want to sightsee. But if you drink, why not pay the extra $20? Because drinks in Vegas on the strip anyway. Drinks, not beers, drinks. On average, $15. So you have 30 minutes with an open bar to drink as much as you want. Even if you only want 2 or 3 drinks, that's $30, $45 that you saving just for spending an extra $20. So that's one con to being cheap. You're going to miss out on a lot of things that are actually more valuable. Because I think a lot of people don't realize the high roller in particular. I think me and like 3 other people have said in the chat, our limit on the high roller for that 30 minute with the open bar was like, I think I had 8 drinks in like 30 minutes. I think that was my limit. I don't think I've heard more than 8. Multiply 8 times 15, because I don't feel like doing the math. I'm great with numbers. I don't feel like doing it right now. But that's how much you would spend if you got a drink at the bar. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Did I miss something? That's how much you would save at the bar if you was to drink, if you were to do the high roller open bar package. I just seen, okay, there it is. I was like, what happened to my screen? I just seen the super chat pop up. What up, TQ? I appreciate that super chat. Appreciate that love. What's going on with you? Hope everything is well with you. Good to see you as always. Thanks for the support. But yeah, that's my first example. It's the high roller. Like, I've told so many people, like, you can get 4 or 5 drinks for $20. That's going to cost you probably $60, $80 depending on where you get it somewhere else. And there's no limit. You can drink that as much as you can. Come with the package. That's con number 1. You're going to miss out on a lot of things. Some of these bars actually have happy hour deals where like you get like a 2 for 1. Some of them are 1 for 1. So if you only want to buy 1 drink, let's say you're doing Vegas cheap and you're like, oh, I'll buy a drink or whatever. Well, what if you was to buy 2 drinks, then you can get 2 drinks for free? Like, I've been around people who just like, nah, I'm cool with 1 drink. I know y'all got these buy 2 get 1 frees, or buy 1 get 1 frees, or something like that. And they just like, nah. And I'm like, yo, take the extra drink. It's not gonna hurt you in Vegas, So you definitely miss out on certain things. Like, there are certain activities that are a little bit more than just the price of paying to get into a club that people just don't want to do, and I understand it. Let's talk about travel real quick, because I know some people who will not use rideshare. They rather do the Deuce or monorail or tram. You can do that. You can get around where you need to go, but time is money, and it's going to take you a lot of time to get around. That's a con of being cheap in Vegas. It could waste a lot of time, a lot of your time in Vegas. So keep that in mind too. Okay, here's my next note. Experience. I'm pretty sure we all on the same boat with this right here. If you go to Vegas with the intention of doing Vegas cheap, you are not going to fully experience Vegas. I can't tell y'all how many countless times I have talked to people, I've been around people, I've listened to people's conversations about how they went to Vegas and Vegas was cool, it was alright, but I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And I'm like, well, then you ain't even do Vegas. You went to Vegas, but you ain't experienced Vegas. Like, doing Vegas cheap, you're not going to be able to fully experience Vegas. There's things that you can do to have a good time in Vegas if you're going to Vegas to be cheap. But like, if you being cheap, you gonna miss out on certain things. Somebody actually brought up a good thing. That would be more a benefit. I think they brought up the party bus or the club crawls. If you know promoters, you can actually get into the clubs for free. Like, that's a benefit of doing the club crawls. You get to go and hop around different clubs, because waiting in line to get on guest list, that's gonna be one club. You're not going club hopping with guest list. But you can actually get into the clubs for free. So that would kind of in essence work being cheap, because if you can get on the club for free, you don't have to spend no money. But club crawls are a good way to do Vegas for cheap and have a good experience. So like, it can work in that regard, but most of the time it's gonna ruin your experience. Like, imagine you like, I'm going to Vegas, and most of y'all already know people who going to Vegas on a budget, they gonna end up staying in Circus, Stratosphere, or they gonna end up staying at Excalibur or Luxor, right? Imagine if you only had to pay like $50, $60 extra to go from Excalibur to New York, or Park MGM or MGM Grand, and you just don't know no better. You just like, nah, I'ma just pay this whatever it is to stay at Excalibur. If you spend your whole Vegas trip at Excalibur versus your whole trip at MGM Grand, you're gonna have two totally different experiences. One, because you're probably gonna get tired of having to walk back and forth at Excalibur, even though MGM across the street, it's a more walking distance. When you stand down there at Stratosphere, because my first time I went to Vegas was my first hotel I stayed at the Stratosphere, and I was like, I never stay at the Stratosphere again, just because it's too far. You got to catch a ride everywhere. I was a Deuce rider when I first went to Vegas, paid the fee to catch the Deuce up and down the strip. It just, the inconvenience just get tiring. It's a waste of time. And the next time I went back to Vegas, I stayed at Aria, and Lord have mercy, changed my whole outlook on Vegas. I had so much fun my first Vegas trip. Staying at the Stratosphere was cool, had a great time, a lot of memories. Went back the second time, stayed at Aria, just being able to walk around everything right there, staying at a hotel where just the energy is completely different. It changes your whole experience. That's the biggest con of doing Vegas for cheap that I don't think a lot of people understand, is that doing Vegas cheap is going to reduce your experience. You're not gonna have the best possible trip doing Vegas cheap. I'm telling you that now. It's not possible. Michael Wagner, appreciate the super sticker. Thanks for the support. Hope everything is well. All right, let me catch up on these comments real quick. I don't think I missed too much, but and then these comps and these tier upgrades, it's gonna be my last con of doing Vegas cheap, because it's very important. Actually, it's actually important. I'm glad somebody brought that up. Jermaine, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Said, what's good in Vegas? A lot is good in Vegas in 2022. It's a lot going on this year. It's gonna be a busy year. What's my favorite hotel? Chat, comment my favorite hotel in Vegas, so we can let Nick know what my favorite hotel is. Comment my favorite hotel. What's going on, Crusty Buttons? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you. Yes, man, took that comment back. All right. Let's see. Baldy said, staying at Encore was the best experience I have had in Vegas. The room was great. Only want to stay in upscale hotels there from now on. Okay. That right there just taps into what I was saying too. Encore beautiful for sure. I always tell y'all, Encore location killed me. Encore is a beautiful hotel, and it will. That right there is an example of what I'm saying. Like, where you stay at, gonna change everything. Like, I can't wait till y'all see this video on Sunday. But like, it really changes your whole outlook on Vegas. Cause like, Vegas can be okay. Like, imagine y'all go to Vegas, right? Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's not use Excalibur. Y'all already know how I feel about Excalibur. Let's say, all right, we'll say the Link, right? Let's say you go to Vegas, you stay at the Link, great location, the room is cool. You know what I mean? You have a good time. Like, you don't go to no pool parties, but you hang out by the pool because they got a fun party pool. And then, you know, you don't do no upscale dining. You just, eat wherever it's inexpensive. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And then the next time you go to Vegas, you go from staying at the Link to staying at Planet Hollywood. Now, Planet Hollywood is a step up from the Link. If y'all know Vegas, y'all already know. The atmosphere is completely different. You got two party hotels, but the Link party vibe versus Planet Hollywood party vibe, totally different. Better location, everything's still accessible to where you are at Planet Hollywood. You're gonna have a completely different state just because your trip was at a hotel that was such a vibe, especially if you're a party person. So where you stay is critical. And I've seen a lot of people and I talk to a lot of people. That's why I do hotel consultations, and I talk to a lot of y'all offline, because sometimes it's worth paying that little bit extra to have that memorable Vegas experience. But yeah, said Stratosphere was full of pimps back in the day. Yeah, I ain't been to Stratosphere in a long time. Been a few years since I haven't been to Stratosphere in at least 3 years. Like actually being around. I've gone in and had dinner and left, but yeah, like actually staying there hanging around, it's been a few years. No knock to Stratosphere though. I would probably pick Stratosphere over some of these other hotels. Y'all already know. I'll probably pick this Strat over some of these other hotels, but yeah, I ain't been there in a while. What do you like about the Cosmo? I got a whole walkthrough on my channel. If you go back a few videos, I did a hotel walkthrough of Cosmo. All of that information is in Cosmo. Why I like Cosmo, so you get to see it live and direct through my eyes. Check out that video, and I'll explain to you why it's my favorite hotel. The absolute lowest hotel I stay at is Luxor. I think yeah, I'm probably with you on that. It's cool and I enjoy the Egyptian thing, but that's about it. I feel you on that. All right, let's talk about my last one, and then I'll vibe in the chat till we get up out of here. Comps and tiers. All right, comps, folks. I want to have a conversation with y'all, all of y'all, about comps. Let's talk about comps. Let's go ahead and have this conversation. Comps are amazing. Comps are phenomenal. But everybody don't have comps. Now, someone mentioned a pro of doing Vegas cheap is comps. In my opinion, I think it's good to have comps because you get things for free, but at the same time, it's a con. It's a pro and a con. And I say it's a con because when you have comps, they basically giving you a room for free, or they giving you drinks for free. So, you know, and this is no judgment, or this isn't like an excuse. It's just the reality. You stay somewhere or get something that's free, they're not going to treat you the same as someone who paid for it. And that's just the reality of the world we live in. Like, a lot of people, I see people talk about they got comp rooms in this experience, and then you'll hear people be like, well, I stayed there and never had that same experience. That don't justify not treating people the same way, because that's inexcusable. I don't think people should be treated any less for having a comp room versus someone who actually paid for it. Just like, in my opinion, someone like myself who goes to Vegas a lot, stays in Vegas a lot, I've upgraded my tiers at these different hotels because I stay a lot. I gamble and I stay a lot. Versus somebody who sits at home all day and plays my Vegas, or plays my Vegas at work. They get a comp room. We'll just use Aria for example. I got a comp night at Aria because of me spending money and staying there. This person got a comp night at Aria because they've been playing my Vegas for however long it take to get a comp room. Neither one of us should be treated the same, in my opinion. We should be treated equal. We both did something to earn a comp there. The reality is they're going to probably treat me way better than they going to treat this person who got a comp from my Vegas app. That's just the reality. That's just what it is. Because if you're not spending money with them, it's kind of like, well, you know, we're giving you this for free, but you haven't even really done anything to us. Like, but this person right here, like, they stay spending money with us, so we definitely want to get them a good experience. So that's just the reality. And if you do Vegas for cheap, if you someone who go to Vegas and you don't gamble like that, and you don't stay at these top tier hotels, you're not moving up. You're not moving up to tier status. Like, I think that's something that is overlooked by a lot of people. If you don't play these apps and you just go to Vegas here and there, you're not gonna move up another tier. Like, moving up to the second tier is doable for anybody. You go to Vegas twice a year, gamble a little bit, play some slots, even in your local city, you should easily be able to move up to the second tier. They at least give you free valet parking and complimentary self parking at MGM Rewards and Caesars properties. So accessing that second tier should not be a problem, but that's just my opinion from what I've seen. Like, I've had a couple comp nights. I've never had any bad experiences with no comps I've redeemed. I've seen all kind of videos. I've seen all kind of comments about people who had these comps. And I'm just like, you know, you shouldn't have a bad experience, but imagine giving somebody a free room and they ain't even spent no money at your property. They ain't been on your property or done nothing for your business one day. But from some third party, they get to stay there for free. They should be treated the same as anybody else, but y'all know in the reality of the world, that's just not how it is. So in my opinion, that's why I think comps can be a con depending on how you get them. So, but I wanted to point that out there too, because I'm glad somebody brought up that tier status. You're not upgrading to no tier status doing Vegas for cheap. That's not gonna happen. I would have to see it to believe it, but there's no way. Like, imagine going to stay at let's just say Luxor. Let's say you stay at Luxor 3 times in a year. You might not move up to Pearl because it's a low end hotel, so your tier credits is not gonna get you to that next tier, more than likely. All right, we got 10 minutes left before we get up out of here. Where did I leave off at? Yeah, where my emojis at? Let's do one more shot before we get up out of here. After party people. Well, I get a little more in detail on some of this stuff because I just finished talking about, I filmed my video yesterday for Sunday, so I just finished talking about a lot of this, and then it was just interesting to see this topic come up on Twitter about people doing Vegas cheap. But I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about playing my Vegas apps because I want some comps without having to stay or gamble all the time. I mean, like I say, I'm gonna have to holler at Ace of Vegas. Yo, Ace of Vegas, we gonna have to have a sit down session. Show me how to run it up on my Vegas. So maybe I'll get the platinum with a mix of both. All right. Oh, so yeah, Cosmo. Favorite hotel is Cosmo for sure. I saw that one too. Kai, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you. Hope everything is well. Just in time for the post-party festivities. You said vibe can make or break your trip because I was in such a good mood after being in such a good hotel. I was totally hyped. Me and my girlfriend went to a great restaurant at the Wynn, did High Roller. Yeah, like that's, if you do Vegas for cheap, you're not gonna have that experience. Like, the person who just asked me why I love Cosmo so much, because if you stay there, the experience is really priceless in my opinion. Like, even the city rooms, the rooms that don't have a balcony are nicer than some of the basic rooms at a lot of these other hotels. But like once you stay in the terrace studio with a balcony, like if y'all know, you just can't beat that experience. Like you can't beat the experience. It's just not possible. Like I've stayed at I think all the hotels on the strip. I've been at all of them. And I've not stayed in like when we did that Vegas like a celebrity video last year, we had a 2-story duplex suite at Caesar's Palace. Pool table, luxurious. It was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Walked in there. Y'all seen, if you seen the video, you seen the video. If not, it's on the channel. Go check it out. We left there the next day, went to go stay at the penthouse at Cosmopolitan. And once I got in that penthouse, it took over the top suite for rooms I've stayed in Vegas, just because before I even got outside to go to the balcony, I just walked in there and was just like, wow, it just felt surreal. But then when you can just walk outside the door of your bedroom and step outside to a balcony and just see the views of Vegas and feel that fresh air, it's just, you can't beat it. You just can't. And people who say you can, we'll just agree to disagree. I'm not really going to try to convince nobody on that. But I don't know. I've not come across one person who told me that they stepped out on the balcony and rather stay in a room that don't have a balcony than a room that do have a balcony. I've seen a comment where somebody said a balcony not important. And y'all know how I feel about that. When I hear stuff like that, I just be like,
stop the cap.
Ain't no way I'm believing that. But if that's the case, to each their own. But that just ain't the majority viewpoint on that. You can have a balcony, the majority of people gonna want it. So, when you don't do Vegas cheap, you spend a little bit of money, it'll make you want to go back and do more. Like, I'll say that. I've been with people who did Vegas cheap, and it was like, man, Vegas alright, it's okay. Yeah, it's whatever. And then we went back a second time when they had a little bit more money. Can't get enough. They can't get enough. And so that's just that. Said, what are some expensive things you recommend? I was thinking of getting a captain limo, did the helicopter tour, or sitting front row at a show. It depends on what your budget is. Expensive things, and it depends on what you're going for. But yeah, the helicopter tour, yeah, I think that's like, you can get them for like $100. That's an experience worth doing for sure. Like, whether you just want to check it out or if you're trying to impress your significant other, doing that helicopter tour, I got a video of that on the channel. Y'all can check that out as well. I think that one's with Sundance though. Maverick Helicopters is the top one, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was just being up there in the hell. I'm like, man, it's a nice experience for sure. It's definitely worth it. Not too long. It's like 15-minute ride to go fly around the strip through Fremont and then come on back. Like, it's real nice. I would say fine dining experience. Y'all know I love STK. I tell everybody to go to STK. I ain't had one person come bite to me and be like, STK was not everybody loved it. And again, it's just the experience. It's nothing that I would say you have to do every time you go to Vegas. At least do it once. If not STK, go to somewhere. Like, my favorite restaurant still to this day is Top of the World at the Stratosphere. That is my favorite restaurant in Vegas because the dining experience is unbeatable. I ain't gonna say the food is the best. The food is really good. I'm not gonna say they got the best steaks in Vegas, but that dining experience is just, it's hard to beat. The food is delicious, by the way, too. I didn't mean it like that, but yeah, the food is delicious, but that experience is just, versus having a DJ, yeah, I think I'd rather spin around and see the city for an hour. DJ cool though, but I can see that at the club. All right, you said I forgot all about my Vegas for a little bit. Yeah, I can't forget about my Vegas. I see it every time. It always pop up recommended somewhere on my YouTube feed. Marvin, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge, man. Good to see you. You said budget room at the best hotel casino. Take advantage of happy hours for food and beverage. Agreed. If you see happy hour at any hotel, whether it's high end or low end, take advantage of it for sure. Appreciate the super chat, TQ. Thanks so much for the support. You said Cosmo will change your life, made us Vegas people. Like I say, I've not yet had one person go to Cosmo. I can't even count how many people I've sent to Cosmo, but not one of them came back and was like, Cosmo was alright. I see people online say that Cosmo for, like, I seen a comparison. Somebody was like that the Wynn is for older people and the Cosmo for younger people. I'm like, well, what is the definition of younger people? Because I know people in their 50s that stay going to Cosmo. They rather go to Cosmo than go to the Wynn. I've sat at tables with people who 50, 60 years old who said they rather stay at Cosmo because they like it better than the Wynn. So, like, when I hear that, I just be like, all right, man, like, I don't know. In my opinion, I think because they try to make Wynn look so like high scale, but like, you look at the chandelier at Cosmo and then you look at the decor at Wynn, and like, you could put them in the same category as like top tier stuff, but I don't know, maybe it's the hotel entrance and the dope 3D graphics. Maybe that's supposed to appeal to younger people. I just thought it was nice. I didn't know it was an age number on that. But, you know, it is what it is. I find that hilarious. I don't think Cosmo's for the younger people. I think Cosmo is just an experience in its own. It don't matter how old you are. You're going to love Cosmo. You could be 21. You could be 71. You go into Cosmo. My grandma in her 70s is in love with Cosmo. That's why I be like, man, all right, man. I hear what y'all saying. $60 is good for a week in Vegas, right? Yeah, all right, yeah. Go to Vegas with $60 for a week and let me know how that turned out. For sure, I know about that. All right, we got one last round. I got one last shot. Yeah, I got one last shot. Y'all drop the emojis. We'll take this last shot. Get up out of here, man. Patreon people, y'all know the deal. My couple minutes so I can swap over. We'll get the after party crack lacking. Tiffany said, well, I've only gone to Vegas for EDC, so I really don't have the time to spend on a balcony. Okay. I mean, we can agree to disagree. Because I've been in Vegas with people who were there for EDC and they were staying at Cosmo. Now, granted, I need to go to EDC. Like I said, I might go this year. We'll see. But if you are staying at Cosmo and you go to EDC, you'll 100% be on the balcony if you have a terrace. And that's why I say, like, you got to sleep. You got to go to sleep. You're going to wake up and go outside. Like, that's just the reality. Like, and that's why I say all the time, like, if you stay there, you're going to use it. It's impossible to stay at Cosmo in a balcony and not use it. It's not. Because that fresh air, if y'all drink and y'all party people, y'all know the importance of fresh air. And that fresh air is life. It is life. Okay. What was, that was Tiffany comment. Vegas and cheap does not go together at all. Even when you think you're being cheap, you're spending. That is true. That is very true. However, I will say that I have seen people do Vegas for cheap. Like, when I mean cheap, I mean like I mean like $20 a day. And I'll just leave that there. Yeah, so we'll leave that there. I get free rooms at Caesar's properties but still go to Cosmo when they offer no resort fee. You know, that's understandable. That's what I say. We would just say, that's why I never say all. When I talk about these things, that's why I always reference the majority. I never say all, because there is nothing that all people will do in Vegas. Like, it's just, you can't say all with anything in life. You have to just go with the majority. That's why I always just say the majority of people, because there's always going to be a couple people here and there that disagree or don't do certain things, and I respect it. And that's fine. To each their own. But if I line up 100 people, 96 of those 100 people going to Cosmo. If they're going to stay in the balcony, it's going to change their life. They're going to want to continuously go there. So, and that's just, I've been doing Vegas for on this channel, I've been doing YouTube almost, 6 years now? I'm just going with my experience. I'm 52 and I love Cosmo. Yeah, that's what's up. That's crazy. You 52? I would have not guessed you 52. That's what's up, though. All right, see the emojis coming in. We're gonna take this last shot. I get up out of here. As always, thank y'all for the love and support. If y'all can hit the like button before y'all get up out of here, helps the content get out to others, helps the channel grow. That's why we growing. Told y'all I'm gonna surpass 20K this year. I might try to hit 25, especially with the things that's about to happen in the next couple of months. Might hit 25. We'll see. For this last shot for y'all, happy Friday, first Friday in March 2022. Y'all in Vegas, have a ball, have a great time. If y'all going to Vegas soon, get ready for a great time. Vegas is 100% normal, no masks, no reservations required, just like it was in the old Vegas. Things is back to normal. So cheers to y'all. Alright, see these last couple. It's 6:01. Alright, I gotta get up out of here. I have the card, but haven't played slots in a while. Yeah, them cards is where slots players get the most special treatment in Vegas. It don't make no sense. I was talking to a pit boss about that. I don't know why. I could play table games for 3 hours, and then somebody could play slots for 3 hours, and they gonna get more points than me. Like, I was like, imagine me playing craps, and I got like $50 to $80 per roll, which in my opinion is the equivalent to $80 per spin. But a slot player gonna get more money. That's crazy to me. But it is what it is. That's what it is. Count me in the 96 people that want to stay at Cosmo for sure. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Patreon people, give me a couple minutes. I will switch all of this around so we can continue to go on and continue to party to everybody else. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all stay safe. Live y'all best life. Make every day count. And I will holler at y'all at the same time next Friday.